Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my FIL babysit my baby after what he did? I, 28F, am a first-time mom, and I'll admit, I'm hormonal, protective, and probably more anxious than I've ever been in my life. But becoming a mother has made me see everything through a different lens. My little girl is only 6 months old, and when she turns 1, I'll be going back to work, which means we have to figure out childcare. On paper, my FIL offering to babysit 1 day a week sounds like a dream. He's retired, has plenty of free time, and he's genuinely excited about spending time with his granddaughter. He's single in his early 60s, and overall, I don't think he's a bad man. He clearly loves her and lights up every time he sees her. But here's the thing, love doesn't equal safety. My FIL has shown me, time and time again, that his judgment is not just questionable, it's downright dangerous when it comes to my baby. And when you're talking about an infant, bad judgment can turn into a tragedy in seconds. Some of the things he's done. He tried to leave her alone in a hot car while he just ran a quick errand. I had to physically stop him and yell at him to understand the danger. He never locks the brake on the stroller. Once, it started rolling away while he was chatting with someone. My heart nearly stopped. He let a random neighbor, someone I didn't know, hold my baby without asking, ignoring every boundary we set about hygiene and no strangers touching her, especially before her vaccinations. He put her in her little seat on the grass, then fired up a weed whacker literally right next to her. Dirt and debris flying while my poor baby screamed. He didn't even notice until I pulled her away. At the park, he'll take the pram and just wander off. I'll hear her crying from across the field, find him rocking her awkwardly while she's red-faced from crying for God knows how long. He constantly dismisses my parenting choices, telling me to let her cry it out, even though we've been crystal clear we don't want to do that. And the part that sits like a rock in my stomach. My husband has admitted that his dad used to hit him as discipline when he was a kid. That alone is a hard boundary for me. I cannot and will not ever risk my daughter being exposed to that. What happens if one day she's fussy and he loses his temper? All of these incidents happened while I was present to step in. That's what scares me most. If this is how careless he is when I'm standing right there, what happens when I'm not? My husband does see my point, kind of. He agrees that some of the things his dad did were unsafe. But instead of taking that seriously, he keeps pushing for us to give his dad a chance. His big idea is to write out a list of rules, like a manual, for his dad to follow. But honestly, what do I even put in it? Don't leave baby in a hot car? Don't run power tools next to her head? Don't hand her to strangers? How do you create a manual for basic, bare minimum common sense? I finally asked my husband point blank, would you trust anyone else who behaved this way with our child? He admitted no. But somehow, because it's his dad, I'm supposed to make an exception. What hurts is that it feels like my husband is prioritizing his dad's feelings over our daughter's safety. His dad is already so excited. He's talking about buying a crib and a changing table for his house, making plans about his babysitting days. And instead of setting a boundary, my husband is stringing him along while pressuring me to get comfortable with the idea. Like I'm the one being unreasonable, instead of acknowledging that his dad's behavior is genuinely unsafe. I don't want to spend the next 6 months panicking, dreading the day I have to hand my baby over to someone I don't trust. I don't want to spend time I should be enjoying with my daughter stuck in anxiety spirals about what could go wrong. I'd rather pay for an extra day at nursery or hire someone else than ever leave her alone with FIL. But I also know that saying no will crush my FIL. He truly seems to believe he'd be a good babysitter. He has no idea how serious my concerns are because my husband is too scared to tell him. So here I am, stuck between being the overprotective, anxious mom who might hurt my FIL's feelings, or the mother who sets a hard line to protect her child no matter what. So, am I the a-hole for refusing to let my FIL babysit when I go back to work? Am I overreacting, or am I right that you can't train someone into having common sense?